Classic Game Room is brought to you by Magnum Skywolf. Welcome to Classic Game Room. Prepare to have your mind exploded because I've got 32 times the blast processing coming your way in Shadow Squadron. Listen carefully, everyone, because this is the sound of blast processing. This is the sound of victory on the Sega 32X. It's Shadow Squadron from 1995. Woo! A game that could have been Sega's answer to Nintendo's Star Fox if only it had some more talking animals. But nope, what it lacks in talking animals, it more than makes up for with blast processing. Also, it's a super cool game. Shadow Squadron, it just sounds cool, and the logo looks cool. The game is cool. Annoyingly though, the gameplay is stuck in the neutral zone of only average, though. The neutral zone. You know what that means? I'm waiting for you to answer that one, actually. I don't know. What does that mean? Does that mean you can buy Romulan ale tax-free? There's like a duty-free shop floating in the middle of the neutral zone. Deep Space 7. This game kinda reminds me of Star Trek in a way. I think it's probably the ship designs. Shadow Squadron has a great look and feel and plays surprisingly well. You can really feel the power of the 32X with this one. It's a smooth game and pretty complex for a mid-90s home game system flight sim. But Shadow Squadron is definitely missing something. It's hard to put a finger on it, but this one feels somewhat incomplete. Shadow Squadron is pretty straightforward. You choose one of two spaceships and basically fly through 6 missions tearing apart the enemy fleet. The problem is, as you'll quickly learn while playing this game, the first ship, the Feather 1, is pretty much useless. That's what I'm using here. It feels faster, more nimble, it has laser machine guns, homing missiles, and a shield. None of which really do you any good in Shadow Squadron. The Feather 2 is a better choice because it's far more powerful. The difference is that it doesn't regenerate its shields or its energy bar after each mission. Also, and this is probably the more important reason, the Feather 2 can shoot down the enemy shots coming at you, which means that you can actually survive the last couple levels of Shadow Squadron. It's easy to play through this game with continues, but getting through it on 1 credit is a challenge. I love the added touch of the ships being moved into position before they launch. The Feather 1 comes from within the whatever it is, and the Feather 2 sort of slides out from the side. Hey, the Feather 2 also has really cool looking torpedoes, but you'll never want to use them because they deplete your energy bar, which you can never regenerate. It's like a few things are missing from this game. Yet, even with its shortcomings, Shadow Squadron is one of the must-own Sega 32X titles, and I know there's not that many of them. You've got Cosmic Carnage, Calibri, and definitely Shadow Squadron, if for no other reason than the music is really good. But I'm most impressed with how well this plays. It's way above average for a mid-90s home game console flight game. Or at least it did until some good PC games started hitting the 3DO and PlayStation, but that's kind of in a different league. This game's pretty impressive for what it is, but odds are it won't hold your attention for that long. Once you figure out how to attack each of the space battleships, you'll tear them to pieces without breaking a sweat. Just be careful not to run into anything. And make sure to turn up the volume because the music's really good. In most respects, I think that Shadow Squadron is very impressive. There's a lot of talent behind this game, but I have a theory that they pulled the plug probably because of poor 32X sales before it was finished. It's like a few obvious things that would make this game better just aren't there. For example, the enemy fighters should be more of a threat. They're just a nuisance as it is. And you should be able to regenerate your shield somehow. Unless you're playing the last mission or playing with continues, because then who cares, but you know, maybe the best reason to pick up Shadow Squadron is that it vindicates the Sega 32X. This, more than any other game that I can think of, shows that the 32X add-on for your Sega Genesis was capable of more. It even has an object viewer, which is pretty cool, so that you can admire all of the spaceship and battleship designs, including the Death Hugger. What a great name. Shadow Squadron. If you're collecting for the 32X, it's a must-own. If you're not collecting for the 32X, well, you're missing the Cosmic Carnage party, so I don't know what you're waiting for. Get on that, and then make sure to pick up Shadow Squadron. Thank you for watching. Follow Classic Game Room on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Don't miss Magnum Skywolf, also on Patreon. Welcome to the club. It's the Lord Carnage Club, where I celebrate these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano. Introducing Michael Fernandez. Oh yeah! Michael Nelson! Lord Carnage approves. Jim. Moriarty! Sérgio Matheus! Hergert! Jason from Kamloops, British Columbia. Busy! Signal! Alciver! Sean Zoltek. I'm just kidding again. Sean Zoltek! Stephen Chucknick from New Jersey. Landon Ellerby! He's the administrator of these credits. Philip Strabenmuller of Vienna, Austria. Woo! Jack Stavros from Australia, home of Mad Max. Ohad Kanne! Cue the thunder. Jeff CapDauntlesi Breyer. Ric de Barros! Out of sight! Will. Kid Shuriken! Fatality! Ship Senkbeil! That was too evil, wasn't it? Let's try that again. Ship Senkbeil! See you next time on Classic Game Room. Thanks for watching.